Well, mate, that's definitely power steering fluid, isn't it? You can smell that, and we thought it was diff oil. It's power steering fluid. We've got a vehicle down the bottom of the hill with 2 broken CVs as well. We don't know if it's done a rack as well as 2 CVs or a hose. There's a lot of problems right now, and at this moment in time, we don't know if we can get the vehicle out of the way. I don't know, mate. I think we're gonna have to get the tools out, try and diagnose this vehicle, and we're gonna have to come up with something absolutely magical.
Oh yeah, I think we'll be here for a while.
I think so. It's midday at the moment, but don't be shocked if it gets dark real quick, because it's not going to be easy getting the car out.
Right, so let's get our tools out and go from there.
Let's get the tools out, and why don't you sit back and see exactly how we got to this situation with bonnets up, broken stuff everywhere. Tell you what, this is one heck of a track.
Our journey starts right here in the Watagans region of New South Wales. We're on our way right now to meet up with Jock and Sam, and they've got a new rig, and I'm dead keen to check it out. I'm stoked to be back behind the wheel, but things just aren't quite right. There's a bit of residue left over here.
Hey, Graham, you got a copy, mate?
Yeah, I do, mate. I feel like disinfecting the steering wheel, and I don't particularly want to talk into this microphone.
It's still got a fair bit of Jocko in it, does it, mate?
It smells like young man and regret in here, but it is good to be back behind the wheel, buddy.
Yeah, good to have you back too, mate. And speaking of young Jocko, we should be up here with Sam in the Spares Box 200. Brand new one.
Sure enough, here's trouble.
I'll have a go at this, mate. Look at the big 200.
My goodness, that looks, wow, that looks bloody good.
I'm gonna pull up and go and check this thing out quickly.
That looks sick. Have a go at this, will you? What a transformation. From stock as a rock to this off-roading beast in just 7 days using Spares Box parts. I can hardly believe it.
Boys, have a go with this, eh?
Absolute weapon, hey.
Absolute beast, mate. It's got bar work all over it. They 35s?
35s, yeah, it's got a mad touring setup. It's got everything.
One thing it doesn't have, though, mate, it doesn't blow a lot of black smoke.
True,
and mine does.
Yep,
so that's something going for mine.
I reckon it might actually go a little bit better than yours, mate. On and
Ooh, does that sound like a bit of a challenge?
You, I reckon. Yeah.
Why not, mate? Why don't we put it out there? We've got a LandCruiser. This is a brand newie, basically.
Yep.
I've got one that's sort of 30 years old.
Roughly.
Put them head to head.
Yep.
All right, boys. If you can keep up, you probably will. You got heaps of power.
Yeah,
but on the tracks, let's put it to the test.
Sounds good.
All right, let's get into it.
This is the ultimate battle of old versus new. And I reckon Shauno hasn't got a hope. As the boys air down and get ready to battle it out, it's time for us to meet the rest of the crew. Sam from Spares Box is riding shotgun with Jocko in the 200 series. Pete from iDrive is behind the wheel of an insanely capable GU Patrol that's sporting one of the latest iDrive modules. He's keen to put it to the test off-road. Now, Pete's going to be battling old versus new with a Y62 driven by Anthony from Opus Campers. Anthony's Y62 is an absolute fire-breathing dragon, and he's built it up to tackle some of the tougher tracks whilst also being able to tow a camper trailer absolutely effortlessly. Speaking of which, he's got a brand spanking new Opus behind him that they are really keen to put through its paces on some of the toughest tracks in the Watagans region. Next up, we've got old mate Shane from Fulcrum, and he's running the exact same suspension setup that I run in the D-MAX, so I know he's going to have zero problems out here. Speaking of which, Shane and I have got our own little side bet going. So you could say there's a lot at stake on this trip. I reckon let's get stuck into it. The unseasonably wet conditions mean that the tracks coming up are going to be insane. For our first challenge, we're going to head down to Creek Road, where just getting to the track is a challenge in itself. It's so slippery. On this first obstacle, you can see the bank and the rock associated with it is going to cause us some real problems if we don't pick our line perfect right here.
Have a go at this. Fair bit of moisture on the track today, and it's proving to be quite slippery. This is going to be one heck of a challenge, I reckon. Oh, look at how close that is. Look how close that is.
Oh, first time I drive the D-MAX.
I'm driving a big wide 200 series. How do you think I feel?
A bit of power. Up we go.
Easy done.
Yeah, he just crawled up that. Mate, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
You're
It's a narrow little passage and I'm in a very, very wide, expensive car.
Very expensive.
car.
Well, I'll tell you what, mate, just so you get your headspace right, so you're good to do this with all the confidence in the world,
Don't
I'll
spot
spot
me.
you.
No.
Go on, you get down there.
Can you get up there?
You both get in the vehicle.
Go back
I've got
to your
this.
car. You're
I've
not
got
spotting
this.
me. Actually, Sean's back. He can spot me.
Oh, you really want to do damage?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Cool. I'm slipping down.
How you feeling, mate?
Mate, I'm a little bit nervous driving it. This is by far the most expensive car I've ever driven and probably will ever drive.
Yeah.
Oh, good drive.
So far, so good, Jocko.
Good drive. Good drive. Drive through it. Drive through it, Jocko. I shouldn't laugh because that could be me. Yep.
Do you reckon they're both in there going, oh, I love my 80, I love my HiLux?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just really want to avoid that log there.
One smooth motion, mate. 2 hands on the wheel.
I don't even know if I'm going to fit through here.
Sam's looking a little concerned. Oh, look how fat it is.
Oh, mate, you can put the truck through there. You're okay on this side, Jocko?
Yeah. Go away. No. Don't.
200 flex well.
Doesn't it though?
Straighten those wheels up, Jocko. Probably go back and just give it one go, mate.
Nice.
If in doubt, power out, mate.
That's it, mate.
It's nice having a twin turbo V8.
Mate, I'll
it
tell
definitely
you
helps.
what,
And the auto as well. You can just.
Yeah. Mate, how good.
Nicely done. That's a tough act to follow, mate.
It is. I won't lie, I'm really quite nervous because of that bank. You spot me through, I'll do exactly what you say.
Okay.
All right?
All right. I suggest.
Yes.
Just get Jock to drive the D-MAX.
I knew that was going to come up at some point. I'll be waiting for it. Let's get it out of the way early. Oh, I'm just driving this. I'm feisty. I can't even get down off this rock step without falling on my bum. Tim, from Mitts, I'm doing the best I can right now, mate, okay? Since breaking my arm in a mountain biking accident, this is the first time back behind the D-MAX with the new canopy. And I won't lie, I'm nervous as heck.
Oh, here we go.
Giddy up.
You always drive fast when you're scared, hey?
Man, it's got narrower. I swear it's got narrower.
Whoa.
What?
No, that's right. Are your indicators on?
Hey,
Nothing.
you just shut up! I don't want to hear from you! No, but Jock, how would you do this?
Asking for a mate, eh?
Did 3 weeks in that car without scratching it, mate. I did scratch it. I scratched it a lot.
Oh, I'm really close on this side!
Good drive.
Yeah.
Good drive.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You don't need to come up in one go. Yep.
Slippery now, isn't it?
Yeah. Try and stall it up a bit.
Yep.
Yes. Oh. Almost.
Can I go back before I go?
Yeah, you got heaps. Probably not much more than that. Ooh. Is everything all right, mate? You're a bit nervous, are you?
A little bit!
Hey, Jocko, you want to go?
Yeah, do you want me to do it?
No!
Just go back a bit more.
Go back.
Keep going. Stop.
I reckon go for a winch.
Right, maybe winch off the 200, I'll back up.
Okay. I'm happy to keep the panel straight in this instance and take to the winch. Winching off the 200 means we can put our anchor point exactly where we need it and give me a straight line pull so I don't touch any of the banks and keep every panel straight. And that's exactly what I'm looking to do. After all that, I only needed to go about a car length and I'm out of trouble. Woohoo, thank goodness for that.
Here we go.
Shane's the narrowest vehicle here, so he's got a good chance on this one. Look at that, he's got mobs of room, but that track ain't getting any drier. In fact, it's getting more and more slippery by the minute.
Go back and do it in one go. Yeah. Go from there.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Oh,
Almost.
so close, mate. If it
Try
had a
that
little bit
again.
more 80 series in it, it'd probably get up there.
Maybe go a little bit more back. Yeah, go from there.
How much oomph? More than I just gave
Nah, I'd just go from there if you can, yeah.
There we go. Got to get into it a bit earlier.
Yeah.
Get your foot on the brake.
Just, yeah, store it up a bit before you... Yeah!
That's it. Drive with a bit of fire in your belly.
Oh, yeah.
From the narrowest vehicle to perhaps the widest, with a camper trailer in tow, Anthony's up next. But that Y62 is a very capable vehicle.
One is like a highway for him, twin locked,
Twin locked.
reduction gears,
In his auto.
in an auto.
Ah!
Who's can't start their car? Is that Pete? Oh no!
Oh, and just when old cars were doing so well, Pete, he can't even start his.
Let's the team down. Oh, that's a good sound.
Slow down, mate.
Cool.
That was so close.
Nearly good.
All the airbags nearly went off. Wow.
Just do heaps less.
That's a better speed for you.
As Anthony gets closer to the pinch between the bank and the tree roots, we see that we might just have a problem here.
You can pretty much only go straight.
How's
Little
that?
kiss.
You're not going to do panel work,
Nah,
is
it's just saying hello, it's fine. Keep
It's not gonna fit.
No, yeah you will. It's
How?
just the mirror. The 200 did the same thing.
No, I just punched the door in because of the mirror.
What do you mean you punched the door in?
Because this is going into here and punched the door in.
Yep, Anthony's
Only a
just
little one.
dented his door. Oh, that sucks,
little
mate.
dent. Yeah, no, it's bigger than that.
Anthony's going to have one more crack, but I don't know.
Going to smoke that door, eh?
She's a big girl,
He's wide, eh?
very wide. No, he's gonna do all the damages.
Yeah, back it out.
Well, that's a first. A four-wheel drive that's too wide for the track. Now, he's got to reverse out, turn around, and meet us somewhere else.
Yeah, it's not every day you see a vehicle that literally does not fit in a track. And like if the 200 series can make it up, the 80 series made it. Graham with his canopy, Y62 not even close. So turn him around and
That's significant. That's
can't
amazing,
believe
isn't
I
it?
mean, like if it was a bit wider, he's so capable, but
I would have made it, no worries. But if you can't even get to the track, you can't drive it.
That's a no from me, kids.
That's no deal.
Okay, let's see how the old patrol goes.
He'll walk up this. The old 3-litery. What hill? What ruts?
yeah.
Yeah!
It's happy, doing the happy noises.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Are you a good thing?
Well, so far, mate, the old,
He's losing.
no, he's doing really well.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going really well. It's
It
actually
is.
because one of the new cars couldn't even go on the track, so that's a big no deal.
That's
So
it's
the
terrible.
old is actually winning, mate.
Yeah.
Except in the case of you. You're old and not winning, but
Suddenly feeling like I've got fever and a cough and stuff.
got the virus. All right, well,
This is just one track, mate. I'm just coming into I like to warm up slowly.
No,
like you young blokes, just stick it
Exactly.
straight in there and just drive up. Me, I like to fiddle around down there for a bit and then just
take it
might not
really
make-
slowly and
certainly
not on your own steam.
That's
All right.
exactly right.
Yeah.
How about we continue and I'll show you how to drive.
Okay.
Which way we go?
Oh, I can't wait to watch this.
The tracks around here all link up pretty darn easily, so it's not much longer till we're back in convoy with Anthony, the 62, and the Opus. There's been days of rain out here, and simple tracks are becoming extremely difficult. The 200 takes it in its stride, and the D-MAX eats it up also. But Shane's line is ever so slightly off, and he just keeps getting hung up. Shane gives it a bunch of tries, but due to the wet and slippery conditions, he just can't seem to clear that rut. It's just one of those situations where despite your best efforts, you gotta winch.
Well, I guess this goes to show, these conditions out here, it doesn't take too much with this clay for the top layer of clay to sort of come off and just, it reveals what really is like ball bearing grease. And as you can see here, multiple attempts, but just keep sliding off into that rut, and it doesn't look like much. I guarantee you're probably thinking, why does he just drive up out of there? He's given it multiple attempts, but just no go. And that's the nature of this part of the world.
A short winch and Shane's out of trouble. I tell you though, if he's having difficulties right here, Anthony is going to have to put in one monumental drive. But something tells me Anthony's ready to deliver. Have a listen to this.
A lot of noise. Lots of noise.
Well, you've heard me say it before, tyre pressures are absolutely everything, but then, that was power. That was pure, downright, disgustingly enviable power. I would like that noise. I'd like to be able to make that noise myself, much less in a truck. All right, speaking of power, 3 litre, here we go.
Anthony's throwing down the gauntlet there, but Pete basically idles his way up with that throttle perfectly dampened. That, to me, is a masterful drive. Soon we're on to our next destination. I want you to think mud. Lots and lots of mud. This one right here looks like it could swallow a 4-wheel drive hole. Best we check it out.
Goodness gracious
What
me.
do you reckon?
Doesn't look that pretty, a quick stick
Yeah,
test.
classic.
Ah, that's easy.
Oh,
yeah, you'll be right.
Not easy.
The bubbles on the mud, that's a strong indicator that
There's a bit of depth there.
this is where being the lead vehicle's not a good idea when it comes to mud. Anyway,
Someone's tried to walk across it and hasn't ended up well for them.
let's give it a go.
Yeah, get into it.
You'll be right, mate.
Oh, hold on. I have to do this. There's some bog holes that you just look at and you think, I shouldn't be driving anywhere near that. And this is one of them. It just looks really deceiving. It's not deep, as in the water's not deep, but there's lots of mud and it just keeps going on forever. Thank you. I'll give this a red hot go though.
Come on, mate.
Come on, into it. Oh, he's going to do it easily.
Oh. Oh, look at what he's clearing.
Stinks.
Yes, get it in here. Come on. Yes. No, you're not.
Go up.
Yes. Walk in there. Give it a few of those. Whoa.
Ugh, I can't throw it in front of the boys.
Nah, maybe we'll winch. Hey, if you want, maybe back out, I'll send the 200 in and clear it for you, and then you can have another go.
I'd actually pay to see that.
Yeah. I've got a bit more power than you, mate, so I might
It's true.
actually be able to get through.
It's actually true.
Yeah. I don't actually want to do that.
Sometimes, despite all the help from your mates around you, the only help you really need is to get the winch out.
Be a fair old pull.
There's like 2 cube of dirt in front of you right now, eh? Thank you.
That is disgusting. But a lot of fun.
That was one huge winch job, but we finally got him out of there.
Whoa.
Drive forward. Whoa, that's disgusting. Get that idiot there.
I'm gonna be sick. Lucky I didn't have a big night last night. Oh, go away!
Some finger.
No, go away. Go away!
Settle down, mate.
Shaun seems keen to get out of there.
All right, what do you reckon, mate?
Well, Shaun's pretty much cleared
Yeah.
a couple of cube of dirt out of this bog
I
hole.
still think there's a lot of mud in there, though.
Yeah.
You got your winch out? Yep. Good man.
Let's see what this big girl can do, eh?
Into it. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, she's muddy, mate.
It's actually your slider stopping you.
Oh, really? Not enough clearance, though.
Ah, look. You big white animal, you.
too wide.
Alright, you nearly made it the same as the 80.
Almost. I think I made it a bit further.
Hey, you did, mate, you did.
Double the horsepower, double the turbos.
Double the flogs in the seat.
Double the smells.
Yeah. All right, we're good to go. Winter stayed outside.
Yeah, boys. Props to the new cars.
Yeah.
Got further than the 80.
Yeah, it did. And I, like, you know, gave it a bit, but I didn't want to, you know,
Correct.
take the mickey.
That's it. That's it.
Just when you get stuck, you just stop.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, especially in IFS.
Yeah.
Especially in IFS.
Now the 200 ain't no lightweight, and that is some super thick mud. This is going to be quite the winching effort. The boys are through, so I guess that means it's my go.
Mate, the good news is you've got the least amount of clearance, the smallest tyre size in the convoy. I reckon you'll be absolutely fine in this bog hole, to be honest with you.
My main concern, I'm being all serious now, is that you boys didn't pull very far forward up there. I don't know how I'm going to slow down in time.
Let's give this a red hot go.
That was good, but you're supposed to keep going.
Hello.
Nah, stop.
Winch, please!
That's about as far as my 80 got.
I'm firmly diffed out here, and there's no way I'm getting out of here without the winch, but there's a couple of techniques I've still got up my sleeve.
Trying to be really gentle on the throttle here because I don't want to spin the wheels too much. Like, spinning the wheels heaps isn't going to help me a whole heap. You want to try and rise up above the mud, which kind of sounds silly in a puddle like this, but if you're spinning the wheels crazy, you tend not to go as far. To give you an idea, I'm at 1200 RPM. This is where these clear views are so good because I can use the bottom half of the clear view to see really well just what's going on at the back of the vehicle. I'm done, I'm through.
Come on, mate, you got this.
Yes.
Almost.
Yeah, beat ya! I just wanted to beat the 200. We've just been keeping a little score here. Actually, Shano in the HiLux #1.
Yeah, boy.
Followed closely by the 200.
Down the back of the pack.
Come with me, you care to explain?
Well, that's me right there, but what's
D-MAX.
important about this, D-MAX is right here, what's very important, if I take a huge step this way,
That's an average sort of step for a...
Yeah, just a small step for anyone
we end up at the old
80.
80 here. But
What?
look, you were having fun though, right?
Look, to be honest, mate,
Yeah.
to be honest, it's like in order of who's got the biggest vehicle. because down this end you've got someone, a pioneer, someone who came in first. The old vehicles still might have this because the big GU at the back, I reckon the GU's got this.
I agree. And
So-
I'm just on the fence as to whether I'm old or young at the moment, so I'm just going to go whichever it goes.
Shane's on the pointy end of the winch and is just about out of trouble. It's Anthony that's up next.
Whatever
Right.
happens is going to sound good.
Let's call him through and stand right back. Ready when you are, buddy. Give it everything.
It's coming in hot. I'm pregnant!
Almost.
Holy heck!
You're almost up.
I'll turn the lockers on now.
Scared the hell out of me.
That's how you drive, you bunch of girls!
All right, I'm going to measure that one out about here. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my God.
The mud has been whipped. Churned butter.
You know when you're just like, there's an explosion. You can't look away. You can't say anything. You just stand there helpless.
So you need to top that now, mate.
Yeah. Power.
Well, so far the new cars have got it, boys.
Last man in convoy.
I reckon this is it. For old cars to
Come back.
come back, mate. He's
I
got to
reckon
make
nail
it past Anthony. It's going to be hard ask.
Righto, Pete, there's a lot riding on you, mate. It's a slow start, but we're hoping he's going to build on this.
Stand the
I
back a bit.
believe in you. No, do better. Go, go, go.
Unfortunate.
There we go.
Diff.
Fourth gear.
Almost.
Getting hung up right there.
Nah, unfortunately, I think this is going to the new vehicles.
And that was that.
I am victorious!
You're out. That was a gallant effort though.
I reckon that's that big pumpkin on the front, eh?
We came a pretty solid second here in terms of old versus new.
Well, that's one to the old and one to the new. So far, we're currently tied, but the winner at the moment is the amount of fun we're having. How good is this? Pete's soon clear of the winch and, more importantly, clear of that bog hole, something we're all glad to say goodbye to. The day's getting on and the rain's starting to fall again, which means the tracks are getting even slipperier. I personally reckon it's time we push on and find a camp. We'll leave the rain to do its job and prep the tracks for another mad day tomorrow. Our camp tonight is out the back of the pines. Now look, the weather might be a little bit inclement, but the mood certainly isn't. We are in for a cracking campsite. All the vehicles are filthy muddy and the Opus is no exception. It might not be looking very appealing right now, but the thing is well sealed for conditions like this, and Anthony reckons we'll be amazed at our clean little look once it's set up. We're expecting a lot more rain tonight, so everybody is about to hunker down. We're getting awnings out, awning walls, and putting swags on stretchers where possible. We've all barely got our bloody swags unrolled and the camper trailer is already set up. Sure enough, we've checked the seals and there's no mud inside. It's going to be a wet night tonight, so it'll be great to have this kitchen under cover. We're all soon done and I'm absolutely stoked to have my setup finally to myself, the full mitts canopy, all to me. And soon it's time for the fridges to be slid out and beers to be cracked. And look at that, not a bad setup for a cold, wet night's camping. It's time to prep, have a couple of beers, and get ready for Chef Whale. I use the term chef very loosely indeed.
What mate, been here before, but I reckon with a bit of rain on the tracks.
I've never seen it like that. Today was next level.
It's wild. It wasn't exactly a hard track,
Not
but
at all.
we had our work cut out.
Yeah. There were sections through there today that I thought, I have to winch on a flat piece of road.
Mate.
What the heck?
Speaking of having our work cut out, I'm going to head into the
cooking,
kitchen.
aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to head into the kitchen. And
There's a toilet roll shortage too.
look, I'm not going to tell you what I'm cooking tonight, but you've seen the State of the 80 series, right?
Yeah.
It's covered in mud, I'm missing guards, panels are all buggered.
Are you making a reference to what you're going to cook? You're going to look as bad?
Well, I'm just making reference that I'm going to need to spend a bit of money on the 80 to make it good, so I'm on a bit of a budget when it comes to this meal. I didn't go all out, I went to the special section in Woolies.
Oh, he's just got white rice.
And no, it's going to be good though. I'm going to show you how you can make a budget meal. I'll get you a beer.
Get me a few. What do you need me to get?
Well, I'm going to go into the Opus, I reckon, because
Yep.
that's looking red hot. I'm going to go in there and make a mess in there. So
All
if
right.
you can get the barbie plate on there,
Done, mate.
that's the first
Done.
clue.
Any chance we could zip into town and grab another meal? You reckon?
Oh, I tell you what, you can't pick the weather. But here we are. The first rule of a budget barbecue is to bring a stack of meat to the table. Now, you boys have seen this before, no doubt.
How's this weather?
Mate, it's absolutely bucking down. It's wet. There's puddles everywhere.
Yep.
But to be under a camper trailer,
Oh, dude.
mate, this is
This
what it's
thing's a
all
game
about.
changer.
This is absolutely.
Look at the monkeys in there.
I know. They've all just congregated straight into the lounge. I don't blame them because it's nice and warm in there. What I'm going to try and prove tonight, it's a bit of a science experiment.
Oh, God.
You can get the cheapest cuts of meat
Yes.
and still make them taste really good.
Really?
Yeah.
How?
Have another sip of your Iron Jack.
Chef to Whale.
I want to grab this here. The way you're going to make a budget barbecue work,
Yes.
it's all in the sauce.
Well,
It is.
I told a girl that once and it didn't quite work out.
You put the right sauces down on a bit of meat.
Yep.
And you're going to get yourself some flavours that are absolutely irresistible. Now, firstly, I'm going to grab the chicken out. Grab a knife out if you could.
Yep.
So these cuts of chicken, I think the fancy people call them the Maryland.
Yeah, they're the cheaper cuts.
Let me just thighs, apparently.
Are they the...
They've got the bones in them.
Yeah.
That makes them a little bit cheaper.
That's because people don't like bones.
Well, I think that adds a lot more flavour,
Well,
to be
it
honest.
does.
I'm chucking these in. The other reason I'm chucking them in the camp oven is because I'm going to do a bit of a marinade. Sugar. A heaps of raw chicken all over my fingers. It's probably a good start to the night.
Just lick it off, mate.
Now I'm going to get into the marinade. Now this is the exciting bit.
should.
Because I'm doing 2 types of marinade. So you've got a couple of seasoned travellers here. You've got a couple of guys here that driving newer cars, like 200 series LandCruisers. You got
feeling their way
the
through
big
the
G62s, whatever they are. You know, the big ones. So I'm going to do a marinade. It's going to sort the men from the boys. As simple as that. You got old versus new. We've got men versus boys.
Those boys
simple,
up there,
simple as that. This one here is a key ingredient for this marinade. It's the old Frank's Red Hot. It's hot, but it's not ridiculous. It's got a bit of spice, but not too much. So look, the key is take the lid straight off. Pour the whole thing in.
That's pretty hot, bro.
Simple as that.
Sauce, fam.
Next. Well, we haven't even started yet. We haven't started on this marinade. Okay, now I've got the sriracha chili sauce. The boys are excited. This one's a brand new one. Where are you going? I'm dead set. This is actually going to be quite good. Okay, so now's the point of the recipe that I want to introduce that. I've got yogurt. I've got yogurt on the table.
Mate.
If you're eating hot chili, yogurt's going to counteract hot chili. So I've got another sauce.
You're about to eat hot chili.
Well, this is actually really hot. This one. This is a sriracha proper chili.
Oh, for crying out loud, man!
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Okay, open that up. Open that up. Just a fair bit. The boys are excited. They can't wait to get into this.
I can't do jalapenos.
I know, that's why I got those.
It's a one-way.
To be honest with you.
It's a one-way street for me. It's like it's wet and wild.
So you basically just want to put a fair bit of those out. Just basically all of them, if you can. We're not done yet.
Yeah, just
tiny bit of Tabasco.
What's wrong?
Lime juice. We're going straight in with a bit of lime juice.
I'm not stoked on this.
Yeah, you'll be right. Like I said, separate the men from the boys here.
Well, I'm separated.
No, but it's honestly not that bad because I've got a yogurt sauce I'm making soon. Like I've always said, mate, I'm a trained chef, and one of the things
You're not a trained chef.
I've had training.
In anything?
I've had training, toilet training at least. So I'm just going to basically just score them all, like just real simple.
So you're getting more of that marinade in there?
As well, and it's going to help them cook a tiny bit quicker as well. So next up, basically I've got some lamb, I've got some sausages.
Oh.
Now, nothing goes better with lamb than like a yogurt sort of sauce.
Agreed.
That jalapeno is so hot.
Yeah.
I'm actually burning up in here, mate. Okay, salt and pepper. You crack a bit of salt and pepper in there. There we go. I'm going a bit of garlic.
What is with your salt? It never comes out.
Little tip, if you live in humid temperatures.
Put your salt in the fridge.
Put your salt in the fridge. I put everything in the fridge.
That. Not bad. What are you doing with that finger, dude?
I don't know. Put a bit of yogurt on it.
Just lick it.
Look at that. Let's see how I get some coming. What? Simple as a spice. Don't act like you've never seen this before.
Yep. How much are you putting in there?
That's probably too much.
About that much? No, that's
probably put a bit lemon.
If you massage it before you rub it, before you squeeze it.
It goes with a lot of things, really.
Yeah, and then squeeze it, you get, see that? It squirts really hard if you do that.
Oh, so we can hope for sometimes. Have a taste of that.
Okay. That's really good.
Is it actually?
That's really good.
Is it actually quite good?
It is superb.
That's why I let you taste it first. I wasn't too sure.
Oh man, I feel it just needs
what?
Just a little bit of chili.
This was the whole point. This one's supposed to be. This one's supposed to be the This is a bit of the karma.
That's why you're the chef.
Yeah.
You're the chef.
You're gonna dip your sausage in that or something like that, right? Because we're gonna have like a bit of meat going on the barbie. So you bring the best of both worlds together. That's what I'm getting at. Okay.
Perfect.
Get the chicken on first.
Yep.
Then I've got some lamb 4/4 chops. If you're on a budget, lamb 4/4 chops are the go.
Yeah, see, it's a fatty, meaty sort of thing.
It's fatty, it's meaty, it's got a big bone right through the middle.
Yep.
Cook that quite fast on the hot plate.
Ooh, introduce that.
Could you imagine that?
Like,
well, when it's cooked, it's
I
going to
have
look way
in the past.
better.
Yeah, I have.
Sausages as well. Just your basic sausages, a real cheap cut of meat. And the best thing about it is though, you can either dip it in chili or dip it straight in the yogurt.
I'd be 100% for the
yogurt. That's what it's designed for. Now these guys have had a little bit of time to marinate.
They really have.
You want to get them straight on the hot plate.
Yeah,
I've even got, if you notice in the back here, I've actually got some shit take mushrooms. What? I just went straight into Woolies and grabbed
I reckon
these.
we're going to have a shit ache after eating this tomorrow, actually, to be honest with you.
Put that straight on the hot plate and I'm going to follow you straight out the back.
Okay.
Grab this, get straight out there.
All right, here we go. God, smell that chili. Oh,
Well, the timing is just about perfect. The meat is done and the veggies They're done too.
Damn,
oh, that's going to
boy.
be hot. That's going to be hot. That's a big pile of meat, boys.
It really is a big pile of meat.
All
You're right.
All right. Look at that. Here's a bit of lamb. Here's a bit of lamb. A bit of lamb. A bit of chicken.
Give
Bit of
Jocko,
chicken.
he's going to lose his...
Bit of chicken.
Yep, thank you.
Okay.
That chicken has absorbed the chili like you wouldn't believe.
Your face is a little bit redder than normal, mate. We've got a little bit of chili going on one side of the plate. we've got a little bit more than a little bit more of chili.
There's some chili there.
There's a bit of chili, isn't there? Then you get the lamb with a bit of the yogurt sauce together.
Beautiful.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's good.
Is it hot?
Yeah, no, it's not hot.
Let me have a go. Oh, that is so hot. I just got a big bit of old
Well,
chili
I'm telling you
there.
about. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, get this inside because tomorrow, if you are on the tracks, you deserve to be there. This actually worked out really, really well. I'm actually really proud of this one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Simple cuts of meat and just made them really good with sauces. Simple as that.
What's the matter with you?
Look at him, he's going full on, isn't he?
Ordinarily, we'd say, let's go and sit behind the fire, which we might do a bit later, but it's still running down here. Thank goodness for the Opus. This is so nice. Probably got 8 or 9 people here. Let's get in there. Jock, you go and sit out by the fire. You're an animal. No, you get out there. Let's go in here and just enjoy. Honestly, that's actually not bad, man.
It's not bad, is it?
Really good.
Actually
Really,
quite
really good.
Well, after watching that, if you're still with us, stick around, because we've got more to come. There's a bit of chilly regret first thing this morning as everybody packs up camp and gets ready for another wild day on the Watagans tracks.
Been pretty awesome to be wheeling the big 200 with Sam from Spares Box over the last couple of days, and I know what you're probably thinking, why a 200 series? Well, one of the main reasons we decided to build a 200 is we wanted to prove that it doesn't matter what four-wheel drive you own, you really can build any vehicle to do this type of four-wheel driving. Cool thing about the boys from Spares Box is it doesn't matter if you've got a new vehicle or an old vehicle, they have a massive amount of parts to suit the four-wheel drive you have. And the best part is, because Spares Box is online, you can order pretty much any part you can think of for your vehicle and it'll be delivered straight to your door. But if you have been liking watching the 200 outdrive Shaun in the 80 series, make sure you check out the build video we did with the boys from Spares Box.
There's a theory going around that blokes with camper trailers can put on a pretty good breakfast. So we decided to put that theory to the test by checking out Anthony's camper.
How's the brekkie going, mate?
Oh, I like it. Eggs will be sunny side up. Yeah, 2 sausages for me. 2? Yeah.
Can I have scrambled eggs, please?
So, breakfast might look a bit rough, but this camper trailer is not. It's luxury out in the bush. We've got a big plan for the day. We're going to try and take on 2 iconic tracks in the area. We're talking CPT 80 and then heading down to the Killy Loop. You see there the old Opus, well, that's got a place for everything and packs away so easy. Organisation is a must in a four-wheel drive, especially if you're serious about touring. Us here, well, we are a well-oiled machine, and before long, we're ready to hit the tracks.
Big day ahead. Big day ahead. And the tracks are wet. This is going to be interesting.
Our first appointment for the day is CPT 80. Look, it's only short, but it is damn gnarly with a whole heap of options that'll keep you busy for a full day. For us, it's also another chance to keep the old versus new rivalry going. Anthony's been towing that trailer like a boss, but for the next lot of tracks, we're going to unhook it and let the Y62 have a head.
You good for that? Yeah, thanks, mate. Sweet. We have got quite a few options to get out of this track at the other end down there, and they're all tight, really, really gnarly, so it only takes us 2 minutes to drop that trailer off right there. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, why do we take the trailer on these tracks? The genuine answer is that Opus really like doing R&D on their trailer. They've got a fantastic product, but they believe they can always improve on it. And these tracks, I'll tell you what, they will show up any weakness they've got. So far, we've had 0 problems. We're just going to leave it down here and go have a play. After last year's torturous trips with us, they've already made some changes that make the trailer tow even better. We're talking weight distribution, which is one major change they've made by putting the batteries further back to reduce a little bit of ball weight. And of course, that allows you to carry a bit more in the box up front and still have it tow perfectly. And let's be honest, this is exactly what you want companies to do. Constantly making improvements so that you get the best product you possibly can for the type of travel you want to do. Speaking of travel, you ready to go, mate? Let's go.
We're getting stuck into the thick of things here. This is CPT 80, the Watagans, the home of tough tracks.
I'm so worried about the panels, This is so wide.
Like watching a hippo on an ice skating rink, but it's actually really good at ice skating.
It's so narrow. Why are we so wide?
Get up in tones.
Well, we've got some power. It's just a big, just oh, stop it.
Dirty V8,
What
loves
a
it.
rig.
Ooh, yes. Yes. Gonna give it a bit here. Just gonna step on it a bit here, try and get me through with a bit of momentum. Yes, 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 yes.
Drive it into it. Yeah, go on.
Look at that.
How you do it?
What ruts? What ruts? Up ahead, the first real challenge of the day.
Here we go, bog hole. I don't want to go too hard. I know what's in the bottom of this one. That's needs a fair bit of commitment.
Wow, that was impressive.
I just hate going in red hot first go because you never know what's in the bottom of these bog holes. A lot of people cut bits of log and stuff and chuck them in there. I highly advise, by the way, don't do that when you come to bog holes. So you've got to take it really easy. You just don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Oh, have you guys got a tree trunk protector?
He's already calling for the recovery gear. This is brilliant. No confidence. He's got no chance.
Not with that attitude, mate.
Righto, mate. See how we go,
Yeah.
Big 200, following Shaun.
Plenty of its twin turbos.
Whoa! Oh, that did that easily.
Look at that. Let the water drain back in. Easy. Nailed it.
Just what I thought. Just what I thought. Sooty's gone and cleared the way and made it easy for the big bus to come through. I'll give him that one. We're not done yet, though.
We're not. All right, strap yourselves in, folks. All right, come on, son. Go on, get there.
The 200 got out, mate. What are you doing?
Well, there's a good test bowl burst.
Have you even got power?
A lot of noises, mate. A lot of horsepower. I'm so stoked you had a couple of goes at that.
Same, if he'd just sailed through that, I would have been oh.
Yeah, exactly right. It made me
This
feel
goes
a
to show,
little
mate.
bit better about old trucks in that exact moment.
Well, let's see. We've got, what do you reckon, half the horsepower?
10th, if you're lucky. If you're lucky, mate. 3 litres. The only thing I've seen 3 litres is a carton of milk, mate.
I don't think they even come in 3
Look,
litres.
I should be on his side. He's an old vehicle, so
Yeah.
it's old versus new. Here we go. He's going to come through here, and I reckon even with a 10th of the horsepower,
We'll walk through.
hope so. Yeah, second gear. That's a second.
He's gone U6. Oh, he's taking a very conservative approach. Oh. Oh. Oh, I did not.
Oh, no.
We were a team,
What happened,
mate. We were a team.
Even four-wheel drive?
Oops. We had this chat this morning, mate. We said we weren't going to do this.
Which up?
I reckon it's a case of the new cars just dug it up for you.
I like it.
I think that's what happened. Like Anthony came through with way too much horsepower, made some holes.
Didn't go to plan, Shaun.
Didn't, no.
Well, I think we've definitely got to chalk that one up to the new cars. Let's see what's up ahead.
Oh, nice and firm. We're on.
Wowzers!
Oh, yeah.
Nice to be able to drive through one.
The route we've taken up CPT 80 today would be relatively easy in the dry, but in the wet, something tells me it's going to be pretty darn hectic.
All right, Sooty, you're all set. You've got mud on the interior. That's a good sign. Winch rope is ready, and we're going to give this a go.
Oh, slippery. Straight up it.
Straight up.
So what happens when you're twin locked on 35s?
No, just rear locker, mate. No, front locker.
You know what I'm amazed at? How quick you can get that locker undone.
I've got a side switch that you guys can't see.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon I can try to get 200 up that left line too? I'll give it a go.
I think so. Yeah.
It's worth remembering that the 200 is unlocked and weighs a heck of a lot. However, it's got plenty of power and big tyres.
Good drive.
Sounds good.
Wants to. Trouble is, you've got so much mud on those rocks now.
That's all right. I'll just get a bit of heat in the tyres, mate. I reckon I can get this.
No, cut it there, mate. Cut it there, buddy. This is a line for old vehicles only, mate. So close. Go back just a fracco.
Jocko, turn your seat warmers off.
Vince doesn't have seat warmers, mate.
I'm just going to do a little bit of track building here to give him a bit of a helping hand, but have a look around the back. He's already done just a little bit of damage.
Woohoo!
You know what, son?
He's done it.
Outstanding.
That was actually a really good drive.
It was all right. It was not bad. But you probably turned on all the features. He didn't have to do anything because the 200 probably did it all for him, mate.
There's a coffee machine going in the front. He's serving coffees as he drives.
I think I might have done a little bit to the back quarter, but we'll have a look.
We won't tell the boss and we won't look at it. How about that?
All right.
All right, I'm going to try and take that left-hand line.
Big line.
Yep.
Bugger. Slipped off my line and headed to the left toward that bank. I'm going to have to be really careful here.
Keep going, keep going.
Nah, I don't want to do that canopy. Winch is up.
I'm happy to call it early on stuff like this. I really enjoy the way the vehicle's set up at the moment, and I want to keep it straight for as long as I possibly can. I was so damn close there too, just a short winch to pop those rear wheels up, and I was done.
Almost had it, eh? Almost had it.
Shane's coming out slightly wider around to the right, which looks to be a good line, but
This little undercut bit here, though.
Whoa!
Go hard right and back.
Watch your back. Whoa.
Wait. Come left hand down.
Might get up this. Hard this way. See if you can put the rear over.
He's got a bit of background now.
He's got to go more.
Yeah, she's just sliding
Now
over.
you're back on that rear.
We'll have to winch it, I think.
once again, short winch is needed here, and that rain that's just gently falling has taken this up a notch.
Perfect.
You could have done that,
Yeah.
but faster. You would have driven it.
Look at that, easy. Easy. It's just that trying to get the rear to drive at the same time as the front.
That's the problem. You've got those two steps you're trying to get up.
At the same time.
Yep.
Okay, Pete's got a score to settle. Let's see how he goes.
Up the hill we go.
Pete's just taken 30 seconds there just to adjust the settings on his iDrive. He's actually gone from Ultimate, which he's had it on for the bog holes down here, to economy mode right now. And what that'll do is just soften that accelerator pedal, just give him so much more control just to pop up over the steps. Really is a handy bit of kit.
And just like that, he's nailed it.
Yeah.
Easy.
Easy done.
Didn't even break a sweat.
No doubt about him. That was a top drive, buddy. It
Thoroughly enjoyed it.
was a really good drive. You have it on economy mode, you did too.
Yeah, I went the economy mode. I just
Yep.
wanted to dampen that accelerator, so I just had a little bit more control when I needed it.
Yep.
I wasn't spiking the drivetrain. I think it worked all right.
Works a treat. I did exactly the same thing.
Fantastic.
Come on, mate, let's push on.
All right, thank you.
It doesn't look like we're out of this yet, mate. Oh, it's super slippery, boys. Super slippery.
Good luck with that, Joggo.
That is full on.
Just got to get up to the first bit, I think.
As soon as that clay gets a set of tyres on it, good luck for the rest of the fellas.
Yeah, Jog's got this. No, he doesn't. Wait. No.
That is super slippery. This red clay stuff, the second you get a set of tyres on it, just takes the tops off it and it just becomes a slick. The boys are going to have to do really well to get up here. This is one of those times that going first certainly has the advantage. I can't even stand up on here. Yep. Keep going. Yeah, really give it heaps here.
Yeah, I might have to get into it.
Yeah, get right into it. Wow!
Look at that. How good's a V8, hey?
Righto, Jocko, watch carefully, mate. Let me show you exactly how to do it.
Into it.
This little
Yes!
truck never ceases
Don't back off,
to impress
don't
me.
back off.
This is tough country for an IFS on 31s, but the
Yeah,
D-MAX
good
is
drive.
just loving it.
One go. Oh, this is good.
Stoked. Okay, that's CPT 80 done and dusted. Now, we're going to push a bit further south down to the notorious Killy Loop. Now, got that new canopy on the back, and I've got to say, I'm absolutely loving it. Carrying a little bit more weight, but to be honest, it's had absolutely zero effect on the way I drive, other than to look out for trees because I don't want to damage it. But Shane and the boys at Fulcrum, when I first mentioned that I was going to put the canopy on, they did say to me, we're going to have to adjust your spring rate for it so that we can account for that extra weight. And I've got to say, they've bloody nailed it. They've done it absolutely perfectly because this vehicle, with the canopy on the back, a little bit more weight, so much more livable, but also extremely easy to drive. I've tested the hell out of the Formula suspension all across Australia. It's bloody good quality and, you know, it's way, way more affordable than a lot of other suspensions going around. So just keep that in mind. If you are going to upgrade, grab yourself a canopy, and I recommend you do. This is fun. Just think about your spring rates when you do it. Suspension's got to be changed. Anthony's had an absolute ball. He's had a play. Now it's time to pick up the camper trailer, head down to the Killy Loop. Putting the camper trailer on only takes us about 30 seconds. Killy Loop is a notorious local track, but for us, just getting in is half the fun. With the trailer parked up in the bush, we get stuck straight in.
Well, boys, a couple of ruts up here, and it looks like it's quite slippery. If the starts, anything can go, boy.
Righto, I'm going to have a go. I'm going to come through, coming through.
The Killy Loop is a maze of deep ruts, bog holes and rocky climbs, and there's plenty of options for four-wheel drives of all different sizes and abilities. We get stuck right into the many challenges on offer, and soon enough, tyres are squealing, winches are out, and some good drives happening from rigs old and new.
Yeah!
But up ahead is the biggest challenge of the Killy, and things are about to get a heck of a lot more serious.
This really represents one heck of a challenge with a whole heap of different routes you can take. Let's just get down to the bottom of the valley, see how we get back out again. I'm not sure which way Shauno's going to go here. He's got about 3 or even 4 different lines he can take. I guess we'll gauge it on how he goes coming up through here. Oh, straight! Everybody out of the way. Whoa! Jock absolutely froths on this stuff and is great when it comes to helping to pick a line.
Yeah, that's perfect. A little bit more light, yep. Stay on that, or he's moving a bit. Yep, perfect. A bit more then come to me. Yep. Yeah, that's a bomber. Right hand down, right hand down.
He's slippery.
Yeah, I'll have to commit to that a little bit more.
As Shaun lines up for the exit, things don't exactly go to plan.
Oh, I'm like fully hung up.
Did you go forward at all?
Oh, you're not even
close. Bugger.
That was the right line though.
Feels like I got to the start of the ride and I'm not allowed to have a go.
Yeah.
Ah, bugger.
Yeah, that sucks, mate, but that's what you got to winch for. Now, that line is definitely not going to work for the newer vehicles. We're going to have to pick a different route.
Ooh, that's a steep, slippery climb.
Even this looks quite menacing, mate.
We'll see how we go up this section.
Let's give it a little bit of push.
It looks straightforward, but it's just not.
Yep. Stop. Go back. You have to give it a little bit up here. Nah.
I think we'll winch this one.
It's got that really undercut sort of thing where it wants
CV territory.
It wants to grip and then it just goes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the technical term for sure. Let's winch them up.
gonna come down.
Okay, my go.
Yeah, righto, mate, come on up. That's a good drive.
Exactly the same problem as Jocko. It's quite a challenge.
So 200 had 35s, Graham had 31s. I think this hole here is just too big for most of the vehicles, but Shane knows how to wheel that HiLux and it's not very heavy, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Righto, mate.
Sweet.
Stop there, I think that's all she wrote.
Oh man, that was close. I think Shane's more than happy to hang off the end of a winch rope. That was close. Well, don't know how this is going to work out, but I do know it'll be spectacular.
Nice and slow. That's good. Good speed.
Perfect speed.
Touch a left. Might need to just give it a little bit more. There's a tree root you got to try and bump over.
Oh, Jock, you might come to regret that instruction, mate.
That's it. You're pretty much up. Yep. Yeah, that's it.
Maybe I'll winch him.
I think I can make more, don't I?
Jesus, that was fun.
Holy crap!
No, that's good noise.
Whoa, that sounded really bad.
Your wheel
He
cap
lost
came
drive.
off.
No, I think he just did a CV, eh?
Yeah, I know,
for sure.
But the big thing is the wheel cap came off.
Yeah.
I think I did both.
That's impressive.
When you come off-road, it is sometimes common to break a CV. Now, this is something I haven't seen before. Both CVs have absolutely smashed into a million pieces. You get the tyres spinning fast enough, they're spinning really quick, then they slide back down, they get traction. That shock load is what breaks CVs. And in this case, 2 holes.
This one's actually come out the side of the rim.
One of the CVs is so bound up we can't even get steering. We're going to have to winch Anthony back down that hill and check it out in the bottom. There's also a heck of a lot of oil left on the track.
So originally I thought it might have been diff oil leaking, but once we backed the vehicle down, it didn't look like diff oil, so it's gave it a bit of smell.
It's got like
smell my fingers, mate.
Bit of a red tinge, mate. Oh, I'm going to smell your fingers, but...
It smells like power steering fluid,
Definitely,
doesn't it? Yeah,
definitely,
so there's
mate.
something definitely more sinister going on, so I might have to...
What do you reckon? Hopefully it's a hose, because if it's a hose, we might be able to get this vehicle out of here.
Yep.
If it's a rack,
then it's going to be fun trying to get it out
very
of here.
difficult.
Yep.
So anyway, let's get the tools out,
Yep.
and we'll know when we start pulling a few things apart, I reckon.
Sounds like a plan.
Now, the boys all started to lend a hand jumping on the tools, but then we learnt that Shane used to be a Nissan mechanic, so we let him take centre stage.
If you look at it, you actually see the torque forces in that as it's rotated around and snapped off.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of pressure at play here. Both of these CVs are going to have to come out.
So Shane's pulled the CV out on this side. We're actually going to leave this side with no CV. That's for 2 reasons. The first being we only have 1 spare, but the second is the spline that snapped has actually seized in the hub. It might have twisted or expanded when it exploded. So we're going to leave it in there, make sure everything stays in nice and tight, and that'll be fine to get us off the tracks. But once we get to a workshop, we can look at replacing that hub if we need to. So for the moment, everything's going back together on this side, and then we'll replace the CV on that side. Anthony can drive with his front locker in, so technically he'll have 3-wheel drive.
As the boys start to tackle the left-hand side CV, they can also have a look at what's going on with the steering.
Oh, it's okay, we'll get it off. So this is what it's meant to look like, yeah?
That's what it does.
Yeah.
So now we've got the CV out, we can actually see into the top of the steering rack a bit better. And from what I can see, it looks like one of the hard lines into the top of the steering rack is split and bent. And we're thinking if we can somehow put a bit of rubber hose on that and crimp the line off, it might be enough just so we can limp the vehicle out here without wrecking the pump. So I think that's the game plan, but we'll see how we go.
Our good's a bit of bush mechanics. The boys are going to use an old bit of hose here to try and clamp off that leak. We're going to need a lot of power steering fluid, but that doesn't matter. If we can limp the vehicle out, then we're winning. What you guys haven't seen is that this has taken hours, but we're nearly there.
Have a go at that. 2 big CVs pulled out and 1 new one put in. So just got to get tyre on, then we're good to go.
Mate, that thing is not sounding great.
No, it's not, and it's got no power steering and 3-wheel drive.
We're going to have it our work cut out for us.
Yeah, but I think if we just get him in position to winch and get him out of here, and from memory, it's not too much more.
I think this is the last major challenge, yeah. This is the last major challenge for
I mean,
him.
he's going to have his work cut out for him.
He's going to have some arms when he gets out of here.
Big car, yeah.
He is. I'd get you in there and do it for him, but
Well, if you did it, mate,
you're
your
lacking a
arms
bit
would
on the
snap.
I suggest you get off the track and
All right, let's
bring
get him
up.
up.
Anthony will of course have to winch this section, but we're hoping that once he's up, he can continue under his own steam. Sure enough, he's moving. Now it's time for Pete.
Righto, Pete. So Shaun absolutely cooked this line, but I've got a bit of faith in you and the light twin lock GU.
We'll have a little look. What do you reckon?
Bring your left tyre up here. Yep, that's beautiful. Stay on that.
Look at it go. Look at it go.
Yep, that's perfect. Come a bit of right hand down, mate.
Pete's on exactly the same line as Shaun, and he seems to have it.
Just nice and slow. Just nice and slow. Stay on that. Stay on that. Stay on that. Whoa, bit too slow. It's all right, mate. I remember my first time driving a manual. Yep. Whoa!
Up and down.
Up on tone.
What a drive.
What a weapon. Woo-hoo! Light, twin locked,
Mate,
bomber.
that's cool.
That's so good.
We've got a long way to go to get a broken vehicle out of here.
All right, let's get in.
Let's keep going.
Killy Loop's still got a heck of a lot in store before we get out of here. Anthony is just creeping along at the back, trying to do the best he can. Hats off to Anthony. He's got to use strong arm steering to get himself out of here, but he just keeps going.
Oh, sorry.
Soon enough, we're near the end of the track and another adventure.
Well, what an epic trip. We came out here to drive a bunch of tough tracks and prove which is better, old versus new. I've got to be honest with you, I don't have a winner. I reckon whatever vehicle you drive, you got to be stoked with, old or new, as long as you're getting out here having an absolute ball. So I'll put the question out to you guys in the comments below. Let us know what you prefer, old versus new. What do you think, mate? I reckon go find another campsite or something.
Mate, what if I told you I know of a campsite that's got flat, grassy areas. You can have a big campfire if you want one. The only downside to it is it's out the back of a pub.
Oh, don't tell me the beer's cold as well.
Beers will probably be too cold, mate, if anything.
Righto, mate, if I have to, you can twist me rubber arm. Let's go down there and check it out. You're talking about the Wallamai, I bet.
100% I am, mate. Wallamai pub, one of my favourites.
A busted truck is often the end of a trip, but we've got a bit of time up our sleeves, and with a bit of good bush mechanics, we're able to limp Anthony out of here and head towards camp. What an absolute cracking spot. You got cold beer, big flat grassy areas to camp, and you are so close to the tracks. The boys at Spares Box have arranged for some spare parts to be sent out to Anthony at the Wallamai pub. So it's time for us to settle in and enjoy some country hospitality. This is what it's all about. Cracking campsites, tales after big days on the track with a bunch of good mates. Tell me I'm wrong. This is what we all live for.
Well, mate, we've done the Wattos a few times
Yes,
now, and
yes.
it still goes down to some of the most challenging tracks in Australia. And you get a little bit of rain on them. I'll tell you what, slippery, slidey. I'm going to have mud in that vehicle for the next decade, I reckon, if it lasts that long.
I reckon you should have put some mud in the cooking. I'd have just turned things around a little bit more.
Now, folks, this has been an absolute cracker of a trip. We've had an absolute ball, and I guarantee you guys have enjoyed it as well. So why don't you take 3 seconds to click the subscribe button for the best full driving content 24/7.
Cheers to that, mate.
Absolutely. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah, good, eh?
Oh, what a trip. Stick around now to find out the gear that we used.
Well, what a cracking adventure. Now is the time we would like to go through a few products that have made these trips work in the clockwork manner that they do.
Yep.
Now, first up, I want to talk about something you don't see, but keeps our vehicles running really, really good. You might notice a new sticker on the windscreen. Now, I've been running the Castrol oils and lubricants in Old Sooty here, and in fact, all my vehicles, and I've got to say, they've never been running better. I'm talking about oils, I've done all the new bearing grease, all the bits and pieces. And I tell you what, just that maintenance that we do behind the scenes is what keeps these vehicles running like an absolute dream.
If there was ever a vehicle that needed it, it's this one right here, I tell you what. Now, this term gets thrown around all the time, but I'm going to use it because in this instance,
Hero?
no.
Okay.
Because in this instance, it really has been a game changer.
Yeah.
And that's my new canopy on the back of the D-MAX from Mitsalloy. utterly changed the way I camp on these trips. It is so comfortable, so user-friendly. I don't know what I did before it when I didn't have one. If you don't have a canopy on the back of your four-wheel drive, you're doing it wrong.
You're not wrong, mate. Your setup is actually, hats off to you, mate. You've actually,
jealous of it?
Yeah, I am actually. You've got it all sorted, and that's
It's
what I
nice.
like about it. You've got things in the right spot, and it just makes touring just
So much easier. I've even got pepper and salt where I need them.
all the little bits. It makes all the difference. Now, mate, speaking of show cars,
Yes?
we weren't, but we should, because this thing right
You're
here,
talking about
mate,
this again?
This thing right here, it has had, I measured it the other day,
Yep.
it has done 40 plus trips consecutively.
You said 44, I think.
Yeah, I think so,
That's
which
crazy.
is a lot of forward of action trips. So it's a lot of ruts, a lot of steep, overgrown tracks, a lot of hitting the bank, rocks, roots. I've done it a few times on this.
A lot of poor line choices.
On this adventure. Exactly right, mate. Just punt and steer.
Yep.
But I've got the Raptor Cody on here, and to be honest with you, despite the rough time it's had off road, it actually scrubs up pretty good.
You gave it a wash the other day, remember? And I said,
Look at that,
and
it's
it came
still
up
clean.
looking real nice. It did. I was impressed with it.
It's real clean. So for the folks at home, what we've actually done to get this Raptor finished in the way it is, I get asked this all the time, is this is obviously a tinted Raptor, which they do have, but it's also been thinned out as well. So it's not as coarse as the bar work, for instance. So this is quite coarse. This is just the black Raptor, and this one here is tinted and thinned out as well.
Yep.
So I reckon it really works. It looks cool, but more importantly, it's very practical.
Yeah, mate, look, she's looking an absolute dream, and it suits you, this vehicle. It's kind of a little rough around the edges, but reasonably
It scrubs
reliable.
up okay when it does
blow a
too.
little bit of smoke occasionally, but don't worry about that. Now, folks, the next part is probably my absolute favourite, and that is you acting like a goose in the bloopers.
In the outtakes. I reckon Jocko's on this one,
He
so
will
I
star.
reckon
He
he
will
will
star.
be. There'll just be a clip of Jocko.
See you next time,
Enjoy.
folks. Enjoy this.
I'll tell you what, the first rule of a bud. Yeah, wrong camera.
Why is it beeping at me already? Oh, the old Toyota handbrake.
Yeah, yep. Just hit a lemon.
Have a go with this, eh?
Weapon, hey.
It's an absolute beast. I can't get my eyes off it.
Yeah, neither. I can't even believe I'm driving it.
Have a go with this, eh?
Absolute weapon, hey.
It's a beast, man. Bar work or what? This is like a modern version of mine. Is that a bit of a... You
All right, come on, let's be professional.
This is right. Come on, we're going to get through this before the rains come.
Come on, hey, Marge.
Yeah, copy and rolling.
Look, if you, this is not too late to ask Jocko for a couple of tips, mate. He drove the D-MAX so well down in Tassie, especially through that Tassie mud.
Yeah, point the mic at him, and I'd like to ask him what his dress size is, please.
Size 10, he says.
You can't use that. Nah, go on, put it in, you won't do it.
Someone's shot himself, haven't they? And just left him there.
He's down there. Just want to drink and I can't be bothered walking. That's true. It's true though.
That's true.
It's true.
If you could just drive this a little bit more like a man, that would be fantastic. Okay? Good luck.
Big 35s, a whole lot of power,
Yeah,
and a winch.
and a winch. Wow,
Things-
we're getting there.
Things not going in our favour. For the intense amount of mud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Graham Cahill.
And Graham Cahill, well, he's a...
Get out, you dog.